closing. Under initiation, we have a PC, project charter, assumption law, and stakeholder register. And we have PMO, directive, supportive, and controlling, three types of PMOs. And we have a project life cycle, predictive, adaptive, under adaptive, iterative, implement, agile. Then we have a project constraints, we have scope, cost, schedule, quality, and customer satisfaction. These are all comes under constraints. So probably this will go under risk also. Here we have two project activities, need assessment. We have business case and benefit management plan. Business case, we have a tangible one and intangible one. Benefit management plan. This business case, how we can calculate benefits, ROI, IRR, and NPV. Then after, once the need assessment and the business case and benefit management are completed, then
okay. Okay.
we have a strong, weak, balanced. So in weak, in strong, project manager the designation. In weak, either they have a project coordinator or project expeditor. Then we have a organized OPM. Under OPM, we have a strategy in that portfolio, program, and projects and operations. The projects deliver the results for the strategy. Yeah, that's it. Then balance is done by other team members.
Yeah, I will start with agile. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, I started with agile. First one is 1 minute. Yeah, in agile, first one is Scrum. The types of this one techniques. First one is Scrum. In Scrum, we have 4 values and 12 principles. 4 values we know, like customer collaboration, then initiation, and this one. Then responding to change. The third one is working software. Then we have 12 principles, and we have 3 roles and 3 artifacts and 5 ceremonies. What is 3 roles are product owner, Scrum Master, and team. In 3 artifacts, what we have is product backlog, Scrum sprint backlog, and product increment. And 5 ceremonies are team, sprint planning, daily stand-up, and sprint review. And in sprint is like 1 to 4 weeks. Normally it is 2 weeks. Then sprint planning is like user stories, story points, and story points can be calculated through velocity. Then in stand-up, daily stand-up, like it is 15 minutes. I will discuss 3 things. And in sprint review, it is through acceptance criteria. If it is like accepted, it goes to product increment. And if it is rejected, then it goes to product backlog. We have definition of ready and definition of done in sprint review. Then we have sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is a lessons learned meeting. In lessons learned meeting, we'll set the stage, gather data, generate insight, and decide, and we close. And we have like information radiators and agile, that is like Kanban, burn up chart, burn down chart, and task put. Yeah. In Kanban, we have bottlenecks, like we can get like easily limit work progress and the flow of work. And in burn up chart, what work is completed, we can know. From burn down chart, what is remaining, we can know. From like the task board, we can get like in progress, to do, and the completed one. 5 practices of agile are Crystal, Scrum, and Lean, and Kanban, and Extreme the programming. This is what we made. The one can start now, Shad. Adil, you can start. Yeah.
Okay, after that we are going to... No, let me start with the stakeholder, after you can start. Okay, please. Okay, you start, please. Share your screen. Is my screen share? My screen share?
Yes, yes, your screen is shared.
Okay. Stakeholder and communication. It starts with the initiation, planning, and execution and monitoring and control. So
I'm unable
in
to.
the initiation, we have the identify.
Okay.
In the identify, we have the sponsor expert opinion, question and interview, focus group, workshops, surveys, OPS, and PC project order. And in the initiation, we have classify into upward, downward, sideward, and outward, and internal and external. It will go to the stakeholder register. And then after this, we have prioritize. It is the power interest, PISH cube, silence model, and this power interest, high power, high interest, high power, low interest, low power, high interest, and low power, low interest. Low power, low interest, it is to monitor like office boy, and this one, low power, high interest, we have to keep them informed, and high power, low interest, we have to keep them satisfied, and high power, high interest, we have to manage closely. And what else we have to engage and update in the initiation stage. Then we have planning. In the planning stage, we have a stakeholder engagement plan and strategies, stakeholder assessment matrix, stakeholder assessment matrix. It is unaware, resistant, leading, supportive, and neutral. And in the execution stage, we have implement step and implement CMP. And at the monitoring and control, we are updating plans. And other side, we have the communication management plan. It comprises of the 4R, right info, right people, right time, and right impact. And types of communication, it is push, pull, and interrupt. Now, Mr. Nishad, you can continue.
Please continue. Who was going to do that?
Yes, I'm going to continue with the topic of resource. When the resource first, we have 4M, machinery, material, manpower, money. Then we have Tuckman later stage of team, forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning. Then we have conflict, we have 5 stages, problem solving, disagree, contest, crusade, world war. Then we have technique to handle conflict, win-win situation, lose-win situation, win-lose, lose-lose, and the last one is compromise. Then we are going to voting, fist of 5, then Roman voting, and animus decision, dictatorship, majority, plurality. Then we are going to leadership. Leadership, we have servant leader, qualities of servant leader, coaching, mentoring, training, guiding. Then we have EQ. This we have self-awareness, self-management, social skills, empathy. Then we have the last one is motivation. In motivation, we have Maslow hierarchy of needs theory, hashtag motivation, hygiene theory, theory of X and Y, McClellan achievement motivation theory, expectance theory, halo effects. Then we are going to type of team. Yes, then we are going to type of team. We have virtual team, physical team, and hybrid. Then we are going to resource calendar. Then RMP we have estimate, acquire, develop, manage and control, release. Then we have metrics and resource, RM and RACI. Then we have TNA. And then we have team charter. Team charter, we have ground rule, conflict, decision, vision, and social. After that, we are going to quality. And quality, first of all, we have a plan. In plan, we have PMP standards, benchmarks, cost of quality,
cost of conference, cost of non-conference, quality metrics defect, and quality metrics we have defects, changes, SPI, CPI. Then we have manage quality, and manage quality we have approval audit. Then we have control quality, control quality we have deliverable we have quality control team. Then we have quality management plan. Then we have after that accepted variables, verified deliverable acceptance. Then customer review. After that, the deliverable become validated. The deliverable become validate scope. Then if accept, so validate deliverables. If reject, will go to CR change request and go to quality control board. Next, we are going to tool to measure quality. It's first of all checklist, check sheet, histogram, Ferraro chart, scatter diagram, design effect, sampling, fishbone diagram. Then we are going to evaluate the management quality, evaluate and manage quality. So we have verify, identify, verify, align, give feedback, identify potential approach. Then we are going to control quality tools, control chart, Kaizen theory, and rule of 7. After that, we are going to procurement. First stage we have planning we have a PMP, and PMP we have make, and the first step is make or buy, source selection criteria. Then we have contracts types. This is FFP, FPIF, PFEPA, CPFF, CPIF, CPIF. Then we have this is, I'm sorry, this PFOW. PFOW, we have RFQ, RFI, RFP. Then we have advertise. Then we have proposal. Then we have bidder conference. After that bidder conference,
1 minute left. 1 minute left.
Okay. Negotiation, then agreement, conflict negotiation, follow with the contract, mediator, court, audit, and lesson learned register. After that, we have execution, and we have monitoring and control. After that, we are going to risk. And rest we have RMT, RR, risk report, issue log, and lesson learned register. And then we have type of risk, positive, negative. Positive, we have opportunity. Opportunity, we have exploit, exchange, share, escalate. And negative is threat, avoid, mitigate, transfer, escalate. Then we have acceptance. Acceptance, we have active, and facio active, we have contingency plan, plan B, and facio, we have workaround. Then we have identify the risk, prioritize the risk, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative is this is impact into probability, and quantitative we have influence diagram, tornado diagram, EMV, decision tree, Monte Carlo analysis. Then we have scope, and scope we have agile, and agile we have LVP and MBI, and productive we have RMP. RMP we have identify requirement, and in the requirement we have RTM and required documents. Then we have WBS, and WBS we have work planning, the control accounts, and PPP, and then close.
And that's it.
Closed.
Okay, very well done, group 1. Very good job. If you have any questions, Salman or anyone else, put in the chat box. Okay, at this time there are no question answers. You can ask later on once all the mind maps are completed. Very well done, great job team one, fabulous job. You completed the entire mind map. Why the alarm didn't run? Yeah, the time was done, but okay, I don't know why. So yeah, okay, team one, very well done job. Salman, you can put your question in the chat box. G, team two, that's your turn now. That is Adam, Salman, Shaheen, and Syed. Please, Salman, share your mind map. G, who made the mind map in group two? Who made the mind map
So
in group two?
I created the mind maps. Let me share my screen. This is Ahmed.
In which group are you?
This one,
No, no.
Adam.
Are you in the group of Adam?
Yes.
You does not seem in the room too. Okay. Okay. If you are
work with them.
okay, okay, please go ahead. Share your screen. Go ahead. Your time starts now. 15 minutes for the entire mind map. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
So
Ji,
who will, shall I start or who will
that,
start?
that was,
Osman, you can start and
that
then
was
we
your
can
planning, no?
divide the sections.
Yeah.
Okay, so we started to jot down in the mind maps. We have PMP, then we have initially the project management. We have a need assessment, then we have pre-project activities where we basically do the business case, benefit management plan, and then these are the inputs to the project initiation. So these are basically pre-project activities. So in the project initiation phase, we have these three main things: product charter, stakeholder register, and assumption logs. So in the stakeholder register, we have identify stakeholders, we prioritize our stakeholders, then we engage them, and we basically update the stakeholders register. That's inside. And then okay, so then in the next is basically the planning phase. Yes, Salman, you want to explain? Let me give you the controls.
No, you can keep your control with you and I can explain. Maybe we can go to the stakeholder management plan and I can explain that and the remaining group members can explain the rest of the topics. Go down. It should be under planning.
Yeah, this one. This is stakeholder. We did this only for the stakeholder.
Okay, just go up then. Go down.
Procurement.
Quality management plan. I can explain procurement, no worries. So, under the procurement, we have this procurement management plan, where we are, first of all, we are preparing this procurement statement of work. Again, the process is to advertise first, and then PO, and then bidder conference. We need to define this source selection criteria, proposal, negotiation, and then we are actually moving towards contract signing agreement. It depends on the terms and conditions. Well, we have different type of contracts. We have PPFC, PPIF, just keep moving down. Yeah. PPEPA, TNM, OP, CRP, CRIF, CPAF. And then after that, whatever the contract is signed, we are inspecting. And there are two possibilities. Either we are closing it down and issuing the payment, or in case of any dispute, we are negotiation. We are doing some negotiation. We are reviewing the contract terms, and we are using some sort of mediator to sort out the conflict. Or at the end, we can go to the court, which is not recommended under PMP. So that's it from my side. Maybe any other group member can explain any other subject. Thank you.
Okay, next we can discuss the quality management plan.
Guys, your time is running. What are you waiting for?
Okay, I can explain again. If there is anyone ready, otherwise I can.
Yeah, why didn't you
Well, we have this under quality management plan.
Why didn't you decide this while you were making?
Well, we were kept on making this until the
That's a common
last
sense.
time.
I told you when we set the ground rules that you guys are going to make it. So why didn't you decide who was gonna do that? Now you are wasting your time. Please continue kindly.
Okay. Well, under this quality management plan, we have 4 segments. First is the plan. Under this planning, we are doing this benchmarking and cost of quality. Under benchmarking, we are doing these 2 internal and external benchmarking. And under the cost of quality, we are evaluating cost of conformance and also the cost of non-conformance. Well, for the quality matrix is we are defining the KPIs, and it depends on the defects and OKs. Under the manage of quality, we are doing audit, and under this audit, we have 2 things to follow. The procedures, we are writing it down how to conduct the audit, and it is actually happening during the process. We are making the going along the product or the product development. And then under the control section, we have deliverables, quality control. After this quality control, we have further 2 segments. One is the quality management plan following, and the flow states that we have to verify the deliverables internally. And if that is verified, then we can go for the customer inspection. After that customer inspection, it can go to 2 routes. Either the customer will validate that. If that approves, then it's a validated deliverable. If not, then it is rejected. And in case of rejection, we'll go to the change request. The same thing will happen internally when we are verifying the deliverables. It can be rejected as well. If this will be rejected, then we will raise the change request. Well, under this tools, we have under these tools, we have a couple of things which we are following. Checklist, check sheets, histogram. We are doing Pareto analysis, scatter diagram. And also we have this sampling, fishbone diagram, control charts, and rule of 7. This is what we were actually discussing, and as a group, we were not reaching to the point. Do we need to put this rule of 7 under tools or not? This is what we will be seeking support afterwards. Go up again, the last section, bottom down. No, up. Scroll up the page. We are also following the standards, which are ISO standards, IEEE standards, PSI standards, and so on. Maybe Usman, you can explain the remaining.
Yeah, let me explain the remaining part of it. So we also draw the drew maps for this mind maps for the resource management plan. So in resource management plan, we have resource calendar where we basically do a lot of other stuff like Raki, RAM, and reward and recognitions. And then we do the team need assessment and then training need assessment, team charter and the ground rules is the most important part. Then we have different type of teams. Sometimes the teams are physically co-located, sometimes they're virtually located, and sometimes we have the hybrid mode where there's combined teams. Then we also have the stages of team. There are like 5 stages: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. So once your team is basically developed, and then you start, you will have the conflicts. The conflict stages are problem to solve. This is disagreement, contest, crusade, and unmanageable is World War. And then conflict management techniques, we can do it by problem solving, collaborating, directive, forcing, accommodating, soothing, and avoid. Yeah, so team voting, we wanted to do it, but we unable to finish that. So yeah, so apart from this, we also did this agile part. Let me show you the agile part. Yeah, in agile, we have basically four core values. First one is individual interaction over these processes and tools. Then we have working software versus the comprehensive documentation. Then we have customer collaboration versus the contract negotiation. Then we're responding to change versus following a plan. In Agile, we have basically Scrum. Scrum has 3 artifacts: product backlog, sprint backlog, product increment. There are 5 ceremonies: sprint planning, daily stand-ups, sprint review, retro. And stand-ups, we do like 3 main things. What did you do yesterday? What you will do today? And are there any impediments? And in the review, what we do is like we review the deliverables, and customer is also part of the deliverable review meeting. And if there is something rejected, it goes back to the sprint backlog. And in case of accepted, we have an increment to the project, which we should have written. We haven't written that, but Retro is like analysis of what went good, what went bad. It details stages are also there. Then we have estimation methods like Ideal, Affinity, Fibonacci series, Poker Card, and Delphi. These are like agile things. And yeah, another thing like we have in agile 3 roles: the product owner, who's basically the voice of the customer. Then we have the Scrum Master, the servant leader, who is basically facilitator in agile, and the development team. Development team is basically co-responsible for developing the requirements and implementing everything. So yeah, so this is something with respect to the agile. So on a journal level, we also have like 4 cycles in terms of understanding. Predictive, incremental, iterative, hybrid is a mix of agile and predictive. So in predictive, we have requirement management plan. We have context diagrams, requirement traceability matrix, requirement documentation. Documentation could be like this contains the functional requirements, performance requirements, solution, non-functional requirements, the transitional, and then. Sorry?
Continue, please. Somebody's mic was unmuted. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So then we have scope management plan. In the scope management plan, we have a product filter, basically assumption and constraints. Exclusions are there, product. Then out of this filter, then we get this project scope statement. Out of the scope statement, once you have a finalized scope, then you go for the work breakdown structure, in which you have basically you decompose your requirements into smaller chunks. The key terms are like control accounts, work package, planning package, and then we have WBS dictionary, code of account, and milestones, right? Similarly, the journey of deliverables is like project charter, project, and then we have project management plan. You see QMP quality management plan. Then if the quality management plan is approved, verified deliverables, validate scope baseline, accepted, validated, and accepted deliverables and rejected CR. Similarly, if it's disapproved, we will have a change request. And then what else we have covered?
How many people were in your group? Only 2 people have explained. Why other people are not explaining in your group? Who were else in your group?
There was a female, I don't remember her name.
Shaheen.
Shaheen, maybe you can explain. She was giving her input during the process. Maybe she can explain this cost management plan.
You guys have 3 minutes remaining. Shaheen? I don't know if she's there. Okay, please continue.
We were having Adam as well. Maybe Adam, you can explain.
Other groups, okay, please go ahead, continue. Other groups, please manage better this team management. We are studying the team management. You have done the entire scope, such a beautiful mind map, but the team management was not good. Please, you continue here.
Yeah, it's okay. So, it's Salman, you can explain the cost management plan.
Sure, I can. Well, under the cost management plan, we have a couple of subcategories. First of all, we need to identify our currency. Then we need to have a rough order of magnitude. Also, what about the project funding and financing? And the last is the limit reconciliation, pay as you work. Well, moving forward, we have a couple of definitions which we need to follow. Is the cost baseline? This is what we need to define. And what is this cost baseline? Is all about cost of all activities plus cost of all contingencies. Further moving down the line, then there is another sub explanation which we need to formalize is the project budget. The project budget is simply the cost baseline which we have calculated before plus the management reserve. So this is how it keeps on piling up, and the total budget we have is the project budget. Also, we are doing some sort of an earned value analysis. The first one is SPI. We are calculating SPI, and also we are calculating how you are utilizing your amount and you are spending your resources around. Under this SPI, we have a formula of EV versus plan, divided by the plan value. and the indicator states very clearly, if this value is greater than 1, it means it's good to go and we are ahead. Less than 1, we are bad, we need to really work on, and is equal to 1 is doing great, doing okay. And then we have CPI, also SV, CV is keep moving down, and BAC as well, that is budget as at completion. And this is one of the things which we were discussing, and we have not reached to any conclusion, that the definition we were discussing about is the total budget divided by the total time. So if this is a definition, then how we are going to help the project or review the project performance accordingly. And also the definition which we had discussed, but I have not covered at the start, is the burn rate, that how many resources are you are using or utilizing per sprint. And this definition is actually used in agile way of project management.
Okay. So you guys are done. Your time is also done. 20 seconds. Okay.
Thank you, Amer.
Very well done.
Thanks.
The mind map was very beautiful, but you know that what I was gonna say. But mind map was very beautiful. Very well done. Great job, Ahmed. Very well done. Team 2. A beautiful mind map for sure. Team 3. G. Okay. Harun is saying that I have internet issue. Okay. Okay, Harun, go ahead. If team 4, team 3, just wait a minute. Rajesh is trying to manage his team in any way. So team 4, please go ahead. Go ahead, team 4. Start, Harun. Yeah.
Hi, sir. Actually, we prepared this mind map separately, and we joined in here. First, we will explain in our team. Mr. Shehzad are there, Sohail are there, and I forget the name. So he will join me. I will join him also. So we prepared the mind map as you taught us. First is the fundamental, the pre-project activities. Like in the pre-project activities, the first is the predictive life cycle and the adaptive life cycles. And in the predictive life cycle, once the pre-project activity business values are there, the tangible, intangible, the business case, and benefit management plan. In the business case, we will evaluate ROI and PVIR. So in also benefit management, we see all the benefits for the project, and then after that project start, in the initiation project charter, stakeholder register assumption log, and in planning, these are the groups: planning, execution, monitoring, and control closing. So and then after that, the basic terms, basic concepts: OPA, EF, OPA lesson learned, policies, procedures, and EF pastel. And the major is the
where you are reading from, because your mind map is either to the other side. Yeah, now it is coming. Please,
yeah.
please scroll it where you are
Yes,
reading, so that other
yes, yes,
people
yes.
can see what you are
Yeah,
reading.
yes,
Okay?
yes, yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
fine. And this is the PMO types: controlling, supportive, and directive. So initially we prepare this fundamental, and in future we will improve this. And then after that, the second topic is agile. This is the most important, and we will take from the adaptive life cycle. This change driven in the change driven one. Agile is the one part. This agile, incremental, and iteration. So agile have basically four values: individual over process, customer collaboration, working softwares, or comprehensive documentation, responding to the change, and 12 principles. And these are the types, or you can say approaches, like that: lean, Kanban, XPs. So I will engage my team also. Right now, I will explain. After the agile, my team will I will engage my team also. The Scrum have three artifacts documents: product backlog, sprint backlog. These are the product increment, and the roles: product owner, Scrum master, the team. And the thing is, somehow the phases are the sprint planning, stand-up meeting,
It's basically creationist team effort, and then because I was collecting information from
it was
multiple
supposed to be
guys.
completed by the team. However, your time's up anyway. But that was a very good mind map. I expect that's a very important thing to understand when your team is doing. The entire team should explain. In this way, basically, everyone can get clear into that way. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. The last team. Last team. Team 5. Okay. Ashraf, Indra, MD, Imran. It's a very strong team. MD and AR. Strong people. Okay, let's see it.
In project, actually, we do have in the initiation, pre-initiation stage, we do study business value, that tangible values, intangible values, calculate like money, tangible money and other things, intangible brand recognitions. Then we do business documentation, business case and benefit management plan. In business case, you have ROI and benefit to cost. In benefit management plan, we discuss about the benefits for the organization. In initiation stage, we have project charter and assumption log along with the stakeholder register. Stakeholder register, we identify the stakeholders by using the techniques, expert judgment, interviews, surveys, focus group, workshop, OPA, EAF, and PASTEL is there. Stakeholder register, the other branches prioritize. After we identify, we prioritize them. Power interest is one, high power, high interest, low power, high interest, low power, low interest, high power, low interest, and how we manage those people with high power, high interest, manage closely. Low power, high interest, keep satisfied. Low power, low interest, monitor only. High power, low interest, keep informed. There is in prioritizing, there is a salience model, powerful, urgency, and legitimacy. In stakeholder register also, we have one more branch, classify, upwards, downwards, sidewards, internal and external stakeholders are there. So we classify in that. Engage stakeholder, how to engage those stakeholders. We make a stakeholder engagement plan. Stakeholder engagement metrics is there, unaware, resistive, supportive, leading, net, neutral. We see that what type of stakeholders we do have over there. Then we make stakeholder engagement strategies also. This is a part of stakeholder engagement plan. In initiation, that's it in initiation. Then we go to the planning. In planning, we have 18 plans and 33 documents. First plan, what we prepare over here was communication management plan. 4 are there: right information, right time, right people, right impact. Then language and cultural and political and dynamic factors we have to keep in mind while we are managing the communication. Types of communication are push, pull, interactive, and noise is there also. In plans, we have manpower also, resources, a resource management plan we will prepare over there. We will acquire resources. We will manage them. How to manage stages of team formations are there: forming, storming, norming, forming, and adjourning is there. Team types are there: virtual, hybrid, and physical. We might have conflict in the teams while we are in execution. Conflict stages are disagreement, problem solve, context, crusade, world war. Then we have techniques to solve the conflicts in between the team members: win-win, win-lose, lose-win, lose-lose. We try to solve the problem. We force the team members to follow any directions, accommodate smoothing, avoid or withdrawal are there. Decision-making styles are autocratic, majority, polarity in the conflict management. Then while we are managing the conflict, servant leader has to use his emotional intelligence for self-awareness, self-management, social skills, empathy, motivation. Then we have motivation theory under the servant leadership, Maslow hierarchy, XY, Herzberg, McLaren's, I don't know what is the accurate spelling actually. Then in resource management plan, we have resource calendar, development of the team. If we need development, we need to do trainings. We release the team. We do have RASI chart also. We have rewards, tangible, intangible. We have RAM chart. We have team need of training need assessment. We have team charter, ground rules, how to handle the conflict, cultural rules, team workout act. These things are there in a resource management plan. We do have in the resources, machinery, material, money. We couldn't get enough time to work over there on those specifically. Then in plans, we have quality management plan. We have quality management plan, benchmarking. We do cost of quality, cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance. We do have standards, ISO, ASTM, a lot according to the your field, in civil, manufacturing, production, wherever you are. Quality metrics there, SPI, CPI, number of defects. Then in managed quality, tools of quality, checklist, check sheets, histogram, Pareto chart, scatter diagram, sampling, fishbone diagram, control chart. These things are while we are managing. Control quality, there is deliverables, you do quality check, you quality management according to the quality management plan, you have validate scope, you do deliverable review meeting, validate, approved. These things are there in control quality. Then we have risk. In risk, we have risk register. We do identification, same like we do for the stakeholders. We do identify the risk, available risk in the project. Ask sponsor surveys, interviews, assumption logs, SWOT analysis, OPA, EF documentation is there. Prioritize the risk. Qualitative and quantitative are there. In quantitative, we have inference diagram, sensitive analysis, monitor value, decision tree, and S curve over there. Then in plan for risk, we have risk trigger. Risk owner shall apply the risk response. Proactive risk response. Positive is there, negative is there. In positive, we have exploit, enhance, and share. In negative risk, we do mitigate, transfer, and avoid. In acceptance, we have active and passive acceptance. Risk audit, we have check effectiveness of the risk strategies and following the risk management plan. Then we have issue log available. If there is anything not available in the risk register and it happened, it's an issue. It will go in issue log. Risk report will be there. Lesson learned register will be there to register any risk and risk response and how it went.
You will do the entire one?
Types? No, actually I will finish here. Then Marine will catch up.
Marine says that she has an iPad issue. Anyone else?
That's okay. If as long as Sajid can navigate the map for me, I can take the rest.
Please.
That's okay.
Please do that.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Sajid.
so risk over here, we finalize. Then at the end, we have here procurement. Yes, Mahi.
Okay, so as we are navigating through the planning phase of the project, where we are making all the plans under the parent project management plan. So we have seen stakeholder communication, risk, quality. So now there is this procurement. In procurement, we make the buy or make, first we take the buy and make decision. So under buy, we have the source selection criteria. We advertise about our needs for the product. We do the negotiations, we do the agreements for the procurement. And under agreements, we have different types of contracts like FP, FPI, FP, EPA, and similar. There were others as well, but because of the shortage of time, we just wrote a couple of examples here. Then we have the make decision under procurement as well. Again, under make, we have different types of contract like FFP, FPF, and FP, EPA. Sometimes we give incentive along with the contract. Sometimes we just have added value, and sometimes we have just a fixed price contract. So that's make. Under procurement, we also have procurement strategies. Like sometimes we only have requests for information. Sometimes we request for quote. Sometimes we have requests for proposals. So these are three strategies for procurement. Under procurement planning, we make our procurement statement of work and procurement management plan. And under execution of procurement phase, we have bidder conference, we interact with vendors, we do the negotiations, we have agreements and all the related activities under execution. Under monitoring and control of procurement, we do the audit and we check all the things are under within the procurement management plan. And sometimes we also have disagreements on in the bidder conference and under the procurement process where we have to resolve the conflict. So sometimes we create the win-win situation. We use the mediation concept, or sometimes it also belongs to the code aspect of the conflict resolution of the procurement process. Then after procurement, Sajid, can you move forward here, please? If we talk about the project lifecycle, because everything here we are discussing under project, we saw the business value, we saw the planning phase. So under project we have two life cycles, right? Agile and predictive. So all of these planning is part that we have discussed on the right side as well, is part of the predictive, and then we have under that planning, or you could say the phase aspect of that project is also schedule. So under schedule, we have our work breakdown structure. Under work breakdown structure, you basically define all the requirements, their attributes, their milestones, their activities. Under activities, we have the concept of lead and lag related to the duration of the activities. Under work breakdown structure, you also have relationships between your work and activities, like start to start, finish to finish, finish to start, and start to finish. And under dependencies, you have internal, external, mandatory, and discretionary dependencies. Okay, and for schedule, you also define your duration. So you have different strategies, or you could say types of duration. For example, analog, bottom-up, 3-point estimation. And under 3-point estimation, you look at 3 aspects of the estimation, which is pessimistic, optimistic, or most likely. You use different formulas to calculate this type of 3-point estimation using the optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely aspect. And then for duration, you also have network diagram, where you can calculate your critical path of the project. Critical path is basically the longest duration of the project, and it also defines the overall duration of the project. And you have a concept of a float also under duration. And if you use different strategies to calculate your float, and let's say if your float is negative, so management will ask you to compress your schedule. So you have, for instance, schedule compression techniques here, like crashing, fast tracking, and others as well. Can you go up, Sajid?
Here we have cost.
Yeah, here we have cost. So we discussed different planning, schedule, stakeholder communication. Now we have cost aspect of the project. In cost, we have different cost estimation methods, like analog, bottom-up estimation. Then we have earned value. We do the earned value analysis. Let's say cost value, SPI, CPI. These are different techniques that you are using to calculate your earned value analysis. You can also calculate budget at completion. So there are different branches that you can see against earned value analysis. Then under cost, you also have a concept of funding limit reconciliation, and you also decide how you are going to finance your project. Is this going to be self-finance, or is there a sponsor who is going to finance your project? So once your cost aspect of the project is completed, Sajid, can you go up? So we have we were saying that under predictive, you have all that planning that we were discussing earlier, Sajid and I. So if we look at the requirements aspect of the predictive, so under requirements management plan, you have to decide how you collect the requirements. So there are different ways to collect the requirements. As on the top, on the left side, you can see sponsor, interviews, focus groups, sub-surveys, lesson run, and there are other methods to collect the requirements. And then after the collection of the requirements, you you create the requirements traceability matrix, you create the requirement documentation. Once this is complete, you define your project versus product requirement scope, you define the WBS, you define the WBS dictionary, you have scope management plan, which is coming from project versus product requirements. You have project scope statement, which is actually differentiating between project and product requirements. You do scope, you sometimes have scope creeps and gold plating as well, and while defining your scope of the project. Sajid, can you go up? Let's quickly discuss agile as well. So we discussed 2 life cycles of the project, predictive and agile. So when we talk about agile has 4 values. We have talked about it earlier as well. Agile has 12 principles Agile has 5 events. Sprint, Sajid, just scroll up. Sprint, so 5 events. We talk about Agile, sprint planning, daily stand-up. Just scroll up. Sprint retrospective meeting and sprint 2. These are the 5 events. Under sprint planning, you do the estimation. For daily stand-up, we do 3 things. What did you do yesterday, today, and what are the impediments? Sprint retrospective, you set the stage, you gather data, generate insights, decide for improvement and close. In sprint review, you decide your definition of, you review your sprint under the light of definition of done, definition of ready, and acceptance criteria. There are total 3 roles under, there are different methodologies of Agile like Scrum, Lean, Extreme Programming. So under Scrum, we are discussing all of this. There are 3 roles: product owner, Scrum Master, development team. There are 3 artifacts of Scrum: sprint backlog, product increment. There are different information radiators under Scrum like task book, Kanban, burn chart, burn down chart, and things like that. I think we have completed most of it, Sajid. Is there anything left?
No, that's
Very
it.
well
That's it
done.
from.
But again, time management, however, you will not get the second chance to do that. Some things we only do one time. And mind map was one of the exercises. But one of the interesting thing, I loved it. Every single team has made a beautiful mind map. Every single team has a bit of beauty. So well done. Kudos to all of you. Team 1 to team 5. Very well done. So guys, now comes the interesting thing. What is tomorrow? What is tomorrow?
Marathon.
PMP Marathon. 60 question answers, and I will be solving question answers. Today I was like kind of bored because I was not doing anything. But tomorrow, both of us, you will be solving and I will be solving question answers. 60 question answers made by certified PMP. For those who are watching anywhere, you have to register for it. Guys, I'll send you the link. 1 hour before the class will be 8 p.m. Ashraf, class will be 8 p.m. UAE time, which means 7 p.m. Saudi time or Bahrain time, 9 p.m. Pakistan time, 9:30 India time. Yes, Zan, any outsider can participate. That's why I will generate different link. This is my premium link. No, there is no fees. If then anyone can join, you can share the link. If and this is for all of you guys. If you have your friends who want to do, it will be on Zoom. Zoom. I'll share the link. Okay, it will be Zoom. If you have friends like Sajid, I am sure you may have a lot of friends, Adil, Raja, uh, and everyone. If you want to bring, I have a capacity of 300. I specially increase the capacity for just marathon because I had one time marathon. I have almost 300 students. I'm so confident that they never show up. I had a capacity of 100, but I also allowed the public people. So then it increased. So now I've increased my capacity up to I guess 300. So yeah, you guys can join, and you can also call your friends if they want to join. You can share the link, no problem. G Adam, tell me now if you have question, ask. G Adam, Adam, tell me.
Sir, now if there is 300 people, all of us will be engaging together.
Don't worry about that. That's my thing.
Okay, because I believe there will be traffic.
No, you don't worry about that. Even if it's 3,000 people, I know how to interact each and every student. That's why I asked always one thing: turn your videos on. Adam, I know when you are like moving in the mall or changing the hand free, I'm looking all the people all the time. This is kind of a skill that I have, that I can do that. Okay. No, there will not noise. Don't worry about my rain. That's my thing. You focus on your topics, complete those topics, and see you tomorrow, guys. And then after that, Adam and Marine, I'll ask you, did you have fun or not? Okay. So with that, thank you very much. See you tomorrow, 8 p.m. UA time. I'll send the link at Zoom. It will be 4 hours. So make up your time and see you tomorrow, guys. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Bye bye. 4 hours class. Okay. So people watching there at YouTube, wherever they are watching. So see you guys. Bye bye. I did share that. Gul, I will not share the mind map because they are the property of students who made it. Thank you. Bye bye.